Welcome back to Home Improvement Woodworking. Before I show you how to fix split wood, I want to let you know we have another YouTube channel called Fixing Furniture. It's dedicated to teaching viewers about woodworking and furniture repairs. We'll leave you links to 2 of those videos at the end. And to give you a flavor of what the channel's about, here's a short preview.
As a furniture repair business, we're opening the doors to our workshop to show you the tools and techniques to repair furniture.
What I need to do is take that apart, repair it, and put it back together so I can get this chair in working order.
We give you tips to make your repair projects easier. Let's get into the workshop and start fixing furniture.
Before you repair wood, I want you to understand the grain pattern in wood because it's really important. Grain typically runs the length of boards, and at the end you've got something called end grain. If you were to look at this under a microscope, it would be like looking at the ends of straws. There is very little structure on that end, and if I were to try to take 2 pieces of wood and connect them this way, there would be very little strength because it would be like trying to glue a bunch of straws to the end of a bunch of straws. Now, if I connect the grain like this, I would have a very strong bond. So if you've got a break this way, the only way that you can fix it is reinforcing that joint. Typically, this is very difficult to repair. If you've got a break this way on the grain, you can fix that. This is a chair leg, and here there's a split that runs all the way down this piece here. Now, it's still intact, but if I pull it apart here, you can see I can open it a fair bit. This piece has never been fixed before, so this is great. There's no glue I have to clean out. I can open it enough here that I can get some glue in there, but if you look down at the bottom here, it's still intact and it's quite strong. So I'm going to keep that the way it is, prop it open and glue it up. So the first thing I'm going to do is use a wedge to hold this open. That way I can get the glue in and work it around. I'm going to start by putting it at the top of this part here and just letting gravity take it down. I'll do the same from the top. Now to get that glue spread around properly, I'm going to insert a string. This is just cotton string, but because this is so long, what I normally do is use a brush to move the glue around, and I will do that at the front, but I want to make sure I can get it right into the middle of this leg. So by moving the string back and forth, it allows me to get down as far as possible and get that glue spread on all parts of the broken joint. Now I'll go in with my artist brush and augment that glue where needed in the baker gap areas. And there's a small split right here. I'm also going to get glue in. Now I'm making a mess of the front of this, but that's okay because this wood is finished. And what's going to happen is once I clamp it, the glue will squeeze out like it normally would. And because it's finished, it's just going to wipe right off. It's not going to stain at all because it's not bare wood. So I've got all the glue where I need it except for one spot, and that's where this wedge is. So just take that out, apply the glue in there, and then let it go. So now it's just a matter of clamping up, but there is a small sliver out front that as I close this, it seems to pop forward. So I just need to tuck it in and then clamp it, and you can see how that glue squeeze out is coming. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Next, I'm going to show you how to fix a broken door. I'm going to use one of my favorite tools in furniture repair, and that's a spreader clamp. I'll leave you a link in the video description.
This is a door that's been brought to me by a customer with a severe break in it.
Someone had tried to repair it before, but weren't successful at it. This is the bottom of the door, and you can see at the bottom of the stile here, where it meets the rail, this is the profile where the wood should be, and this is the break. So this split is severe all the way through, and you can see here there's some glue residue. Someone has tried to previously fix this, and the common mistake is trying to squeeze a little bit of glue on the surface and try to get in that joint and clamp everything. But unfortunately, that doesn't give the structure as needed, and that's why this broke apart again. So I'm going to take this all the way apart and show you how to fix it. So in order for me to pull this apart, what I do is I put clamps on this is the rail, this is the stile. I put clamps on the stiles, so I've got some grip. See here it's opening up. Here it's opening up. Opening up again. And it's breaking. And I just need a bit more here. And we're apart. So now here we've got the two separated pieces. What I need to do is glue it back together. On this previous repair, you can see right here, this piece is glued and it actually belongs back in here. So this piece has to come out in order for me to clamp all this back into the right spot and get good closure on the grain so that we've got a seamless repair as well as making sure we've got a strong repair. Here when I try to put this piece back together, you can see yet again, here's some glue that someone inserted and never got a clamp shut. So there was no way that this door would have had full strength just by having that little bit of glue on there. What I'm doing now is inspecting this broken point here. And any little pieces of wood that are sticking up and out of the way that might prevent this joint from going together seamlessly is what I'm looking for. So I'll clean those up, as well as any glue like this needs to come out to make sure I've got enough surface there that I can get glue in and it's going to stick to the wood. On this joint here in the door, you can see how this wood has opened up and there's a big glob of something yellow here. This is the previous repair where someone had put some glue in there and tried to clamp it together, but they didn't get it together properly. So for me to do a proper job on this, I now have to take this apart, clean that out, so I can get a nice tight joint in this part here. Now that I've cleaned it all up, you can see how this comes back together again. And with some glue and clamping pressure, that split will virtually disappear. And see how that joint looks. Pretty seamless. Now I'm trying to glue on the stile, and my test fit's showing me here that this piece won't even go together. What's happened is there's a tiny bit of glue right there on the edge, so I can't get this put in. So I've got some glue to clean up here, and I'll see if I can get it to fit. Here's what the joint looks like now. I've cleaned it up. It's going to come together well once I've got clamps on there. There is a bit of a gap here, but that was part of how it was manufactured, so I can't fix that. This is how the piece goes together. First of all, I have to start with this end here. There's a piece of wood sticking out that has to be bent over so that the wood grain actually blends. Get that at the right height. So with some clamping here on these smaller pieces, some clamping on the overall piece, it should come together well. The last example I have for you is a chair seat. I'm going to show you what happens when you don't glue something properly. This is a split in a seat that I'm repairing. As I've taken it apart, the split has revealed itself because there's no structure holding it together. And you can see here how it was previously repaired. Someone had glued it and then they put these braces across. So for me to fix this properly, I've got to take these braces off, open that piece up, clean out the glue joint, and then put it back together. Now that I've opened up this glue joint, I can see what happened between these two pieces. Here, the glue joint failed. Where this newer looking wood is, the glue held up and the wood fibers split instead. If we look at the other side, you see the same pattern. This is where the old glue failed. Right here is the only spot where the glue held together and the wood split off. I'm going to scrape the joint clean to remove all the old wood glue. Then I will coat both sides with glue and put it back together. With a clean joint, a tight seam, the proper amount of glue, and some clamping pressure, this joint will be stronger than the wood fibers in the seat. I hope these 3 examples have given you a good idea of how you can repair broken wood. We want our YouTube channel to be a supportive environment for furniture repairs. So if you've got tips or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. If you click on the link over here and click on the bell icon, you'll get notified every time we publish a video. Thanks for watching Fixing Furniture.